10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Queen of Pain.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Phantom Lancer.
Dire team pick.
Gyrocopter!
Dire team ban.
Hello there, and welcome back to the TI5 EU Qualifiers with myself, Odie Pixel, and Cinder and Dota. We're ready to get ourselves into the second game of this two-game series between Natus Vincere and London Conspiracy. And game
Radiant
one,
team ban.
talk about it, baby.
LC won.
Yeah.
Navi lost.
Did win. Yeah, let's get ourselves into the draft.
Yeah.
The draft is well underway.
We actually don't really have time to recap that because the draft is pretty far underway. But yeah, there's a little bit of a spoiler if you didn't watch it. There's the update. You would see it in a moment anyway when the draft is over. It shows in the top. Yes, LC won the first game. Navi had opportunities they didn't take, and now I think they're looking to play more aggressively than in the last game. Both teams played fairly farming oriented the first 15 minutes of the game, and when Navi tried to make a move, LC were ready for it. So what are we looking at? Navi banning the Wisp and Lycan first phase. Undying as well as Lesh removed by LC, and they're taking a completely different approach to the second game. They're starting with Beastmaster PL, while Navi are getting Quap Gyro. Pretty standard picks from Navi, whereas LC's are really not a normal first phase pick.
No, it's interesting stuff. I mean, we do see some teams like to prioritize the Beastmaster. And London Conspiracy, they're obviously one of those that we're going to add to that list. Navi,
10
as you were
seconds
saying, the fact
remaining.
that they've got the Dendy Quap and they've got that Havorst Gyrocopter. And
5
obviously
seconds
Gyrocopter,
remaining.
one of the signature heroes for Havorst, and one that he plays very well in the sense that it's a hero that you can go aggressive on fairly early.
Reserve time.
And normally it does pay off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gyro against PL, it's an interesting matchup where Gyro, when Flat Cannon is up, deals pretty well with the PL.
Yeah.
When it's down, he gets crushed. Depends on the timing of the game, of course. Like, let's say early portion of the game, Rocket Barrage can still get the job done. You come to the mid game, you've already used your cooldown on your Flat Cannon. If PL survives that onslaught and manages to get in on you, you really can't really do much. So, in general, Gyro to me one of the best carry picks against PL. So Navi definitely have that going for them. But they need to probably find a way of dealing with this roar, which is fairly easy to get on Gyrocopter if Beastmaster gets any mobility item, and that could open up for the PL. And they even have a Shadow Demon now to spawn more illusions or protect their PL from, and also deny that pick from Navi. I think they really wanted that against the Beast.
I was going to say, yeah, I think Navi would have definitely picked it up. We've obviously saw the side of Navi pick up the Shadow Demon in the first game, and this game, they'd arguably have wanted it even more. They're going to settle for the Rubik pick, and obviously we've already got that very strong combination between the Rubik and the Gyro, which, I mean, just as a pairing, is going to be pretty scary in the laning phase.
Very easy to get a telekinesis into Rocket Barrage. That ability deals a lot of damage. And if your offlaner can't disjoin it or just get away, you have a problem. But PL is actually pretty good at that. If they wanted to think about an offlane PL, he is one of the heroes that can easily escape this combination. I do imagine that LC want to run it as a safe laner, though, but they could consider it as a way of approaching this problem that they might have for whatever offlaner they were planning on. Clockwork is still available, by the way. Go for Invoker.
Dire team pick.
I don't think Invoker is the best matchup against Queen of Pain, especially if you're Quas Wex. It is difficult. But if you're Quas Exort, you have a pretty good shot. The moment you get your Forge Spirit up, you get enough damage to try and deal with him in the lane.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, it's an interesting
for Na'Vi. That's a good hero. I like that hero.
Yeah, we'll see Na'Vi obviously like to run the old Night Stalker, and already just this combination between the Night Stalker, the Jar, and the Rubik, that's a lot of killing potential in the early to mid-game portion.
And it's perhaps
Radiant team pick.
Perhaps it's a way of trying to deal with the Hawk as well, turning it into nighttime. Wow. Okay, these guys they're all about the funky shit.
They are indeed. Kunkka is the final pick, and hats off to Coddle, guys, just giving us a little bit of a lowdown. The top 4 picks, favoured by the Sideliner Conspiracy, have all been picked up this game. Beastmaster, PL, ST, and Invoker are their top 4 picks. So they're going to be happy with their lineup here. The question
from what period of time?
6.84.
Okay.
This is a very comfortable game for the side of LC. They've thrown a Kunkka. Final pick for the side of Na'Vi is going to be the Funnick Timbersaw. I mean, you are of course against 2 strength melee cores, and I'm liking this game already. This looks like we're going to have a very interesting matchup between the 2 sides. You know, the fact that we're seeing a Kunkka. You know, this is a hero that I'll be honest, I can't remember the last time I saw a Kunkka Shadow Demon support combo. It felt like it was picked up a couple of times by teams like, I believe it was IG. I mean, I'm talking about a year ago. And then since that, we've sometimes occasionally seen the Kunkka be picked up, but not in this kind of situation. But this is going to be a fun game for both sides, I think, because again, Na'Vi, they've got heroes that they're very comfortable on.
Yeah, they can play super aggressive, and this time I think they're looking to roam earlier. They're going to make use of the nighttime with the Night Stalker for art style, of course. One of his trademark heroes from way back in the day, even back at TI1, loved playing Night Stalker. He was played as a mid position back then, or aggressive tri-laner mostly, which Na'Vi definitely made use of in that period of time. And the last pick, Funnick's Timber, and as you said, he's against double melee core, which is of course great. He's also good against PL, and I think that's what triggered the pick. Else they would have probably gone for something else, but it's a good way of cleaning up and dealing with illusions. PL needs a hell of a lot of farm to not get killed by this, because the damage is pure. And that means that even the magic resistance you have on the illusions as well doesn't really benefit you against Timbersaw. So in most stages of the game, unless you get let's say you get like a Scotty and a Heart, or 2 Scotties or something like that, or whatever, you know, those tank items in the around the 30 to 40 minute mark that you start getting up at that point. Until then, Timber can really deal with you well. So I'm liking the pick from Na'Vi. I love the Kunkka, as you said. I think the Ghost Ship against all of Na'Vi's heroes is actually extremely good. Na'Vi are looking to AoE burst a lot with Call Down, Sonic Wave, and of course Timber's package. And if you ship well against that, you might be able to survive. You might be able to get, say, a mech off or something like that, and perhaps turn the fight around. So, smoke.
Wow.
This looks like a failed smoke.
And
Spartan, right place, right time.
Indeed, going to be able to dispel that on both Seneko and Funnick, and he's going to keep himself safe. And I don't think London Conspiracy, they wouldn't want to try and fight back into this at all. I mean, level 1 engagement-wise, Na'Vi, they've surely got the edge here.
Yeah, Jaro is godlike level 1 fights. Night Stalker,
30 seconds
maybe a little
to battle.
counterintuitively, really a good level 1 hero. It's obviously daytime, but you've got a pretty good slow on a fairly low cooldown, and you're really tanky. 5 armor, 625 health. I guess he's in the top 5 of base health heroes and just EHP in general. Good hero to lead the charge with, although he of course has abysmal daytime vision. He can eat all the disables of the enemy team. But yeah, LC not interested. They would have been run over. This is going to be 1 rune for each side as it looks. Funnick actually really tanking up to try and contest this top rune. And he doesn't even get it.
Oh,
he could be in trouble here.
He's only got a point in the reactive armor indeed.
The boar.
Na'Vi need to do something if they want to try and help him out. Or maybe, it doesn't look like Scarlet wants to dive that deep for it. Funnick is going to be able to keep himself alive. And he's coming to the lane with, of course, the good old 8 tanker. So he's going to be fine in that situation. But indeed, kind of playing on the edge there, Funnick.
It's going to be an interesting matchup, the top lane, actually. Beastmaster beats most melee heroes by utilizing the boar, but since Timbersaw will very easily get up reactive armor stacks against both the boar and the creep wave, he can generally just ignore all this harassment and just go in and fight the Beastmaster. As you see right now, he's got Stout Shield, 13 health regen with a Tango running. I think this is a lane Timber just wins. He's also very good against most melee heroes, so kind of a special matchup here. I mean, Funnick doesn't care. Look at him. I mean,
He just walks in, takes it, and
he's
says
tanking
thanks for
2
the
boards
regen.
and a hero. It's like, okay,
Yeah, well, come on. Thanks
want
for
to fight?
I mean, yeah, as soon as you get a couple of levels into this lane as well, it's going to be very hard for Beastmaster.
Oh, he gets a point.
Standard lane. And so, but anyway, the lanes have them matched up. The fact that Na'Vi have gone aggressive, and we've got this tri-lane versus tri-lane situation on the bottom lane. Who do you think's happier with how the lanes have turned out?
Na'Vi, for sure. This bottom tri-lane, Gyro is going to outfarm them very well. They've got a block on the pole, which the Radiant did not find, and that's the one way they come back in this lane, is that they start pulling, getting the lane back, forcing Na'Vi maybe a little bit out of position. But if this is just a static 3-on-3 lane where they hold it, Gyro is going to triple farm PL probably. You're already seeing it now. PL 1 CS, Gyro 7. Can't contest them at all because Kunkka, Shadow Demon, PL can't really kill any of these heroes. They could try for the Rubik, but it's a huge risk to go in against a Gyro like that. And ultimately, they're just going to try to grab whatever few CS they can. Maybe they're trying it now. There's the Torrent. They have the Sunstrike. We forgot about that. Maybe this could work. So Nico really, really low. But it's still not enough, even with the Sunstrike.
And whilst this all happening, her Vorst on the back lines manages to pick off first blood here. They might even find any more with the Void Slow onto Kunkka. He'll pop down the defensive Torrent, and that will force the side of Na'Vi back. But indeed, managing to start that off with the first blood there onto the Gyrocopter. And I guess this is a problem. When you pick these heroes like Shadow Demon and Kunkka, you're not able to find anything in the mid in the bottom lane. If you rotate to mid, I mean, it's not like it's an easy gank for the Quap, is it?
Is that... No. He can't see that. Well, try to... Okay, he had another one. That, look at that. Oh, wow. All right. Well, they do clear it out. I think his own sentry does not block the pole. If he misplaced that, they're gonna GG out.
We'll see in 20 seconds or so when it comes in. We'll see what happens there. I mean, Seneko now with a wraparound, looking to go for Kaiser here. Kaiser here on the mid lane, and Vendi, he's not quite got enough mana to go in on this one. So it looks like Seneca's going to have to hang back and wait for Dendy to get his ball back out, which is halfway down the mid lane. So maybe with that, we'll see them jump in onto Invoker.
Yeah, we didn't talk so much about this matchup in mid, but Dendy being 12-10 against 6-3 is a fairly likely outcome for the first few waves. As now Kaiser is actually getting pulled in, but Nico's going to take the Sunstrike.
Very nice play there from Invoker. He does end up going down to Dendy, but I think he made the best of a bad situation there, very much in the mid lane.
Yeah, he was probably going to die there no matter what. If he doesn't start playing aggressively on the Rubik, they just hunt him down in the tower. And turning around like there and getting a kill is pretty good given the situation. So, regardless though, Dendy is going to get the kill. He is doubling up Invoker on CS. Invoker's going to start making a comeback when he gets level 5, I would say. The Force Spirit.
Sunstrike onto Seneka, blowing him up there. They will bring down the Rubik. They might lose Ladar, and they do indeed. Artstyle able to finishing that one off, and he's going to try and look for more here. Artstyle, he's got the mana to throw out another Void if he can.
It's nighttime in 10 seconds as well. If they want to try to dive this, Artstyle really tanking the tower.
He couldn't quite get the cast off.
is surrounded by creeps in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, there's a TP coming in as well. Vost is like, get me out of here. If Madara can find the Lance, now he's not going to look for it. But still, obviously, Na'Vi finding the kills and finding the positive trades at this point of the game, 4 minutes in.
And Navi's lane just got twice as strong now. It's nighttime, and Artstyle got boots. So he went from having, like, was it 290 base move speed or something on Night Stalker to having 413, more attack speed, better rune control, and, of course, better vision than the enemy team. So LC are going to have to find a way to deal with these next 4 minutes. And the good news for them is that Beastmaster's doing well up top. I said I think this matchup is Timbersaw favored, but they're pretty
Oh, we see a wrap around from Artstyle going in on Teaser here in the middle, and there will be a Sunstrike that does catch on to Dendy. Dendy does get the Sonic wave off. They bring down the Invoker. Then he gets himself back onto the high ground. He's going to be okay for the time being. And Artstyle, he just wants to go in. He wants to go ham onto Spark, but he's maybe on a bit too ham. He gets trapped in the tree line. They will lose the Night Stalker here, and a bit of a messy play there from Na'Vi. But again, they are really crushing this Invoker's game. I mean, we're 5 minutes in, only 9 CS on the mid lane here for him.
And level 4 as well against Dendy's level 6, almost 7. This is... It's very rare nowadays that a mid lane gets destroyed this hard, but Dendy is a great mid lane mechanically, and yep.
Chakram into Timber Chain. Phonic easily had the burst damage there to disperse of Beastmaster.
This is what's bound to happen in this lane at some point. I mean, maybe Beastmaster keeps up in CS pretty well, but ultimately, if he starts, he gets whittled down over time by the Whirling Death. Every time he goes for CS, Timber will start laying into him, and ultimately Timber getting level 6 first there because of the denies.
Start. He's going to put out by the Soul Capture, the Torrent, and the Sunstrike is bringing him low. Is it enough damage to bring him down with the right click? They've got next marks as well, bringing him back in. Pops the stick charge. He's trying to run away from this one. Can he get himself out? He's very fast, but is he fast enough? No, he's not. Shadow Demon does find the final right click, and they do pick off Artstyle.
Well, and Conspiracy are really good at using this roaming duo with Sunstrike finding a couple of key pickoffs here and getting Artstyle off the map is really,
this could
really
be a kill
useful.
sin. Look at this, chasing down Snake. They've got a Lance as well. I don't think the Rubik gets out of it.
He's got him. But never mind. Okay, he's still done. Oh, usage.
Is he, come on, is he going to be able to? He does get it in the end. Now Voss is just going to try and chase him right around the tree line. Madara, he's got to salve himself. We'll pop it. Ping's coming out. Is anyone from the side of Na'Vi going to be able to wrap round? And then D coming from the mid lane.
He wasted his rocket barrage.
Dendy's coming. Dendy's here for the cleanup crew. Madara, he hasn't got a doppelganger for 8 seconds. He's going to try and go to deny himself to Roshan. It's not going to be enough. He goes down. It's a 6 for 6 there. And all kind of off the back of the fact that it took poor old PL a long time to bring down Snako there on the Rubik.
That was a really nice stick play from both sides there. I mean, always fun to see when they play it on the edge like that. And ultimately, I want to say it's probably worth it for the PL to make this trade, considering how hard the lane is. Getting a little bit of gold like this and just buying some time and creating some space elsewhere. He might be able to find his comeback during the daytime, but as long as there's some chaos during nighttime where LC don't get completely run over, then they might have a pretty good shot going forward in this game. So 6 to 6, Na'Vi are out farming them pretty clearly though in all 3 lanes. 2k gold lead, about a 1750 XP lead, and Madara is going to have to use his doppelganger here.
Mid lane.
Available.
Look at this London Conspiracy. They're trying to catch out Dendy, but
I think he actually sees them even. I think they came too close.
Yeah, they did. The Shadow Demon came in range. I mean, Dendy at the moment, he's been having an absolute game. 2 kills, 1 assist. CS-wise, he's 3rd on the board at the moment, just behind his teammates. 29 for 23. The amount of denies he's got in this mid lane as well. He's won that lane well and truly. And, I mean, LC's lineup, do they have what it takes to catch out the Queen of Pain? I guess Primal Roar is going to be the only way they're going to kill Dendy at this point, surely. Unless they get a nice kind of X-Marks Torrent combo. Or
yeah, or Disruption Torrent. They have a couple of plays, but almost gets the Disruption. If he gets that mid-chain, that's probably a kill. I don't even know if that's a kill. I think it would have been.
Yeah, with the
but it's not the worst co-op game, and what Dendy can try to go for in this game is he can either get a BKB, so whenever he comes out of Disruption, they probably can't. But it's not the worst co-op game, and what Dendy can try to go for in this game is he can either get a BKB, so whenever he comes out of Disruption, they probably can't burst him, or he could consider going for a Linken's build, since the potential opening abilities here aren't that great. I still imagine, knowing Dendy, he's going to go for more of an aggressive build-up with Orchid if they're feeling confident, as that is one of the best items in the SPL early on. He's going to, the stick again! The stick usage is going to be the hero. That's a long cooldown from Dendy and a haste rune. They get nothing out of it. Maybe the counterplay can come out now. Torrent, Sunstrike.
And getting thrown down onto her Voss. Spartan will be able to get out on incredibly low health. Dendy blinking forward. Does manage to catch out the PL and the tree line, and also TP's away. He gets himself out. They did lose the Conquer as well off the back of it. And also Shadow Demon's Artstyle just walks around with a quick and cheeky Void. Na'Vi coming out on top of that one, 3-0. And London Conspiracy, even with the reaction, they might lose more here. Artstyle goes straight, and there'll be a primal onto the Nightstalk. It doesn't matter. Snaker with the Fade Bow onto the Beastmaster. Skylark has to get himself back in the tree line. Her Voss just taking a few too many tower hits here. Will back himself out. Skylark pots the bottle. He wants to continue into this one, but without the Roar, I don't think they're catching out anyone on the side of Na'Vi, and Na'Vi will simply just back themselves back out of the lane. But again, at this point of the game, things looking a lot better for Na'Vi now the fights have kicked off compared to the early game fights we saw in game 1.
That was a very well executed skirmish around that bottom lane that just kept extending, and Na'Vi with the better rotation, with the better movement, and the fact that the Sunstrike was split between the Gyro and the Rubik, that made a really big difference, because I think if it hits either of them, that one gets killed, and maybe they lose the fight on numbers. And with Funnick not even being involved there, he gets a big lead now on the Beastmaster here in the top lane, which is... I think this could very quickly get out of control for LC. They're not getting the farm they want on the PL at all.
Well, I think that's, as you were saying there with the Timbersaw, a really notable thing is the fact that these fights are pretty much between the entire roster of LC and 4 of Na'Vi. Funnick's just kind of been on his own. I don't think he's left that lane at all at the top. Finding so much farm and a lot of space. Now Na'Vi, they're looking for more. Dendy blinks forward here with the screen. Looking for Skylark. He's trying to juke this one out for the tree line, and he gets out.
Yeah, Dendy couldn't find an opening there for the Shadow Strike, and essentially a wasted smoke. They didn't even get a ward out or anything, so no collateral. And PL even in the bottom lane is starting to push their tier 1. He gets a little bit of space, and Na'Vi not going to be happy with that. their lineup is very, very good at ganking and playing aggressively right now.
Radiant's
and that's a 12-minute
middle
cooldown
tower
they just
is
wasted
under
on one of their
attack.
smokes.
Dire's bottom tower is
And
under
I mean,
attack.
at this point of the game, obviously looking at the two lineups, do you feel that Na'Vi are kind of on a time in this game? Do they need to keep going aggressive, or can they afford to hang back and kind of chill out for a portion of the game, just farming up? Or is the PL always going to be the more dominant late game force?
I think they can definitely chill because they have so good counter picks to PL.
Yeah.
Gyro should be good, Quap should be good, and Timber. It could ultimately start getting scary in a very late game situation, but for now they've definitely shut him down enough that I believe they could even give PL 5 or 6 minutes of free farm if they accomplish something elsewhere, and it wouldn't really matter all that much. So they're in a really good position and need to make a couple of key mistakes to throw this one away, I feel. It's only 11 minutes in and the kill score looks pretty even, but Na'Vi with a really big farm lead on 3 of their cores. It's about 3,000 gold in total. Experience similar. You see a little bit of a curve up there. That's the time they wasted smoking.
Yes.
So
yeah.
they lost a little bit of experience on gold in that, but not the biggest deal.
I want to see a Beastmaster at the moment. He's stockpiling the gold coming up to 2k. I've got to be honest, in most of the games I see Beastmaster notable players other than like Mag and Arise, they always get the Necro book very early on. Do you think this game Scarlet could be going straight for the Blink Dagger?
It looks like with all the gold he's saving up that is the plan. He's going to even sell his Stout Shield.
Okay.
Maybe he didn't do the math there. Like, well, okay. Or he's just going to go for the rune and then the courier will buy it in base. If he gets a bounty rune now, he actually has it. But Dendy
if he kills
this
him,
is
Radiant's
really bad
middle
news if
tower is
Beastmaster
under
dies, but
attack.
Dendy can't do it. He's going to show some respect here. There's a Fire Spirit. Forge Spirit, pardon me. And Beastmaster will use this bounty rune, I imagine. He could also just hold on to it to get a little bit more efficiency and just run up and buy the blink. He has the gold anyway. So, what are we looking for LC? Their supports, the main problem in my opinion is how dirt poor the Kunkka is, both experience and gold-wise. They had a couple of successful ganks early on, but he's now level 4 minute 12.5, and that ghost ship is going to be really
Radiant's
important. Shadow
bottom
Demon, however,
tower is
almost
under
6. Oh, he's going to get found by Frost. He'll be forced to TP, not happening. Easy pickoff. And that's a tower, too.
Indeed, a war's down and dominating kill streak
Radiant's
coming up to
bottom
13
tower
minutes
is
in.
under attack.
Or can they find Madara here as well? Artstar trying to single him out. He has got the back over here off the Kunku. Will throw down the X-Smoke and the Torrent, which will catch Artstar. The cooldown's been popped down. They are going to try and chase down the Kunka in return. They do find Kunka. Artstar is just far too tanky for the side of LC to deal with in that situation.
bottom
And they will
tower
indeed
is
lose that bottom
Radiant's
tower here
bottom
as
tower
well. So
has
Na'Vi now
fallen.
11-6. They've certainly got the momentum, and it's just a question of whether with LC's lineup they can do anything to stop it at this point.
I think the Invoker needs to get involved with more than the Sunstrike. They can't keep just playing him as a global battery. He needs to come in with the Cold Snap. They
Dire's
need the
top
Forge Spirits in
tower
the
is
fight.
under
He has
attack.
reached level 10. So already on level 9, he will have 2 Forge Spirits with a 4-0-4-1 build. And that is one of their main damage sources right now, to be honest. Great synergy with the Roar. You just get to hit a lot of times with the Forge Spirits, removing that armor and starting to hit hard. But instead, he might be on the
Dire's
receiving end. He
top tower is
resummons the
under
Forge
attack.
Spirits. Oh, Artstar is really screwed if they combo this right. Sunstrike.
Bye by Artstar and maybe more.
Have a Roar
yeah.
too.
They can't
He can blink
extend it.
Roar.
Where's your blink? Is he going to go for this one?
He's
I-
actually
does-
hesitating, surprising. They might be worried about the gyro, and of course their Shadow Demon is not available, so they don't have their defensive support to help out in case a fight breaks out. And might just be evaluating, alright guys, we got a free kill on the Night Stalker. Our Invoker used Sunstrike for it, we won't have that during the Roar. Maybe it's safer we just relax a bit, get a bit of farm, and maybe we can combine elsewhere. The Shadow Demon is in a good position up top, but I don't think this duo of heroes can't kill the Timbersaw from full health, I think.
Let's see if they're able to do anything here against Funny, who's still sitting second on the network. There'll be a Roar with the Soul Catcher and Sunstrike. Maybe that should be enough. It is indeed too much pure
Didn't
damage.
account for the Sunstrike.
Too much pure damage though. With the Soul Catcher obviously
That's how you do
and
it.
the Sunstrike.
Yep.
That's a way to delete a Timbersaw.
I think Funnick was also just feeling confident moving in there. Well, he probably knew the Beastmaster was coming. Didn't know about the Shadow Demon, I guess, who was hiding up there. And good calculation from LC. They chose to max out the Soul Catcher. I think if he had max poison there, the Timbersaw would.
Maybe they find more here. They found the disruption onto and again the when they land it, they're just getting a kill every time. And maybe this is it. Na'Vi have to be very careful about giving away these kills because these are massive for the side of London Conspiracy.
All right, hang on. How much damage does this Sunstrike deal? So it currently deals 350 plus 50%.
Which
so
is
it's a 525,
525, yeah.
525 pure damage nuke.
Yeah.
I think Gyro's health right now is like 800.
600.
Yeah,
Yeah, it must be just
800.
under 1,000 or just
Yeah.
about it. It's
Even with a drum build, he had agility treads when he got engaged on, so wow, that was a really quick and easy kill.
maybe they can find more again. Funny keeps coming out here,
it was,
Spartan.
yeah. It was only a level 3 soul catcher at that time. So.
And indeed, that's being indicated. There's not the mana for a Sunstrike. And Spartan, he's in a little bit of trouble here. He will go down. Denzi also across the map, finds himself a kill on the mid lane with the help of Seneko onto the Kunkka. So another kind of very nice pick-off for Na'Vi. Next book is now completed onto the Invoker. So, I mean, what can we expect to see from Kaiser now at this point? Is he just going to look to stay out of the engagements and just offer up the Sunstrikes, or do you look to fight now with the Necrobook, or is it purely for the split push?
If they can keep doing the skirmishes like they just did, then I think it's fine. They were just getting run over, but now they're starting to nail down the timing and having the levels to get the kills easily.
Yeah.
I think it's fine for him to farm. I think he needs to so that he can be a threat and PL can get a bit stronger. If he can get involved, that's great, but yeah. It's a fine line as far as balance goes. Just want to say, Dendy so much damage once again, and Beastmaster gets that kill. That is a roar stolen by Rubik, and of course no cast point on that is really powerful, but look at the net worth. You remember this Invoker?
Yeah.
He got run over in lane.
He got the Midas about 9 minutes in, and obviously off the back of that, he's up to the top. He's going to be hard for Na'Vi to catch up top lane as well. They're going to find a combo onto Funnick. Spartan gets low. They do bring down Spartan on the Shadow Demon, but they will lose Funnick as they get the kill in return. And maybe find more here with the slow onto Artstar. Madara trying to chase this one down. He has got Kunkka on his way forward.
Middle tower is under attack.
What levels is X Marks? It's level 4 X Marks, so they could catch out Night Stalker here. The range is pretty hefty, and Artstar will try and turn around, but now with the doppelganger, Madara's just going in. The X Marks is just about to catch him. They've got a torrent. They don't need an X Marks when your torrents are as on point as this, and very nicely played there by London Conspiracy, finding a kill onto Artstar as well. There'll be a TP into the top tower from Dent. He blinks forward. He wants to try and find someone here, and he will find the Kunkka, but Madara, he's still around here on the Phantom Lancer. Dent trying to set something up. That way goes in onto the Kunkka. There's going to be a ghost ship coming through. Where's your run? Kunkka trying to drink up quickly, so there is that damage reduction. He's going to be fine. He turns it around. Dendy will be able to blink away. Looks like Madara doesn't want to try and chase this one down.
He might die on this Kunkka.
No, it
lasts too long.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's golden.
I don't even know how much that ship healed him. No, he's even more than enough. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So
he's all good. But very nicely played there from Kunkka, getting himself out away from Dendy, and also very nice in the sense that he was able to help that Phantom Lancer catch out Artstar on the Night Stalker.
Yeah, Artstar was just too greedy with the Darkness cast. I think he should have just kept it. And I've seen this too many times before. This is such an old classic strategy with the roar into Sunstrike, and then Soulcatcher on top of it was also used in the past. Na'Vi themselves have played this lineup many times with Dendy on the Invoker. They might have just, I don't want to say they've forgotten how to play against it. It's just really difficult to play against in this kind of game. And London Conspiracy really pulling this one back. I've got a feeling they're almost even on gold again.
Yeah, it's coming back to 0.
Yeah. Wow, that was a 5k lead Na'Vi just lost over the last 5 minutes. So all these ganks really working out for them. PL is also starting to find his. He was involved in the kill on the Night Stalker. He's been farming quietly as the rest of the heroes spread the map. And as was pointed out in the beginning of the game, the LC are very comfortable with 4 of their heroes.
Yeah.
Very standard picks for them.
He gets called out by everything coming down onto him. He just disappears so quickly. Na'Vi, they're going to try and re-engage. They might be able to bring their Spartan, and they do. They finally return. Ghost ship flies through it. We'll catch Seneko. Dendy and Funnick, they're trying to chase down the country. Heads into the pit, going to throw out a Tyrant and gets bringing himself back. Funnick and Dendy maybe be able to find this one in return. They do get him. Skylight now blinking forward. Run looking for Seneko here. They will find it. It's going to be a 3-for-2 trade so far in this team fight. Funnick going forward here, trying to clear up in on the Timbersaw. And with the burst damage pretty hefty, there's going to be a Sunstrike coming down onto Funnick. They have lost Skylight here on the Beastmaster. Funnick getting incredibly low. Lance fight through it. They get him. Now Madara with the doppelganger and the help of Kaiser. They should be able to bring down Dendy as well. Dendy getting low. They're trying to chase this one down. They won't find it. Madara had to leave it on the PL and Kaiser.
Let's see how good of a sniper he is. This is a potential kill.
Is it enough? How much health is Dendy on at the moment?
475. Dendy's on 340, so if he makes a sick play here, this could be actually a team wipe, I believe. Everyone on Na'Vi died, I do think.
Come on.
He is definitely going to try for it. This is not the time for a replay production. All right, he doesn't even try it.
We can have the replay now.
Replay production. Why don't you give us the replay of that last fight? Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Oh, they don't want to now.
Fair enough. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
So it goes through what went wrong here for Na'Vi.
So, wait, is this an old fight?
This is... Oh.
Okay.
So this is... It's like a flashback.
Yeah, this is...
You know,
all right, let's count ganks they make with Sunstrike. 1, 2... 2.
2.
Yeah, this was without it. They do get this kill as well.
Now this one was one of my favorite coming up here, Cinder.
And now this was the last fight. So Kvothe takes 700 damage from the Sunstrike here. He actually just disappears. Boom. And then they managed to start wrapping around with the PL. You don't really see that there. He came in from the right. He found art style at the back of the fight together with the Beastmaster. Now in this fight, they are going to just exchange heroes. Madara living here is really crucial. Dendi almost gets this kill, and instead PL does survive, and they force Dendi away. Really good micro engagements here from LC. They're doing a very good job with their spell usage, their positioning, and their small movements. Very detailed, very high skill. I think they're surprisingly strong for most people. Like, even if they go to lose this game, they are definitely showing some very good coordination and strategies.
Absolutely. I think people are keeping a big eye on
Soniko. Oh, okay, bye. Wow. I love watching lineups like this, I have to say. Like,
because they've got it down to a T.
Yeah, they have two initiators and Sunstrike, and no matter who of them finds the engage on almost any of the Dire heroes, they die. We're going to see it again here. There is no Sunstrike for this one, and Funny gets very tanky. He has enough mana. That is not going to happen for Scholar. Meanwhile, the turnaround, though.
Funny there, blowing them up as well. Then got a killing streak, and they find even more Na'Vi. They're trying to change down Cave. They're still coming through. Artstyle looking for the ball. Will find on Shadow Demon now. Funny comes right through. He'll get himself a double kill. Can they get the Invoker as well? It doesn't look like they want to try and dive for this one. He's going to be able to get himself out under the cover of Ghost Ward. And well, I guess that's what happens when LC get caught out like that and they have a few kind of unsuccessful initiations. We saw them go straight and pretty ham onto Funnick, and then without the Sunstrike and the pure damage follow-up, there's no way you can win a Tinsaw like that.
Yeah, they were actually fine, right? Because they got the free kill on the Rubik with the Ghost Walk, also with the Ghost Ship, and they could have just taken the tier 1 tower mid and been like, that's fine. But they got a little bit too excited, went for the tankiest here on the Na'Vi side, didn't have the damage for it, and ultimately they were missing the Sunstrike.
I can't believe what we're seeing here, Cinder. Just even though I can't. Well, anyway, so now we see Dendi. He's having a fantastic time. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, did you see that, Cinderin? I can't believe it. Cinderin, tell me what's going on here.
No signal, HDMI 2.
Oh, Cinderin, that's the next level place being brought up by the side of Na'Vi. Technical issues are the name of the game, and I can't believe what I'm seeing, because to be frank, Cinderin, I'm actually not. No. And there we go, and now towards the bottom right of the map, we're seeing a bit of a push going on.
Bottom left, there is a minimap.
Yeah, there is a minimap at the bottom left. And
hopefully we have some pretty good camera movements that we cannot see right now.
Is fine. I'm sure the camera's still going.
And we do get the following message from the admins. 1. Check the cable connections and the settings of your source device. 2. Press source on your remote control to select the connected source device.
The question is, can people still hear
Do you feel like that's a fair ruling from the admins? What would you have done in this situation?
It's worse than Pinot, isn't it? I mean, at this point, the admins just totally screwing.
We need a pause.
Are we still going into game pause? Do we know? I guess no one can talk to me.
Help. It all went black.
So, like, are we still live?
Oh, we got a little bit of
testing 1, 2.
Got a little bit of issues here.
I don't think there's still.
Production is getting increasingly stressed out at this point in time. Starting to run around, sweating. Okay, it did happen in the first series, but it came back right away. So
okay.
I do believe I did not kick any cables. I am pretty sure.
Okay. So they might be able to still hear us, Cinder, and we do apologise. We can't actually see what's going on at the moment if there is stuff going on.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's been a minor. I say minor.
Dire's structures are fortified.
It's a little bit harder to cast when we can't see. And Cinderin just checking all the cables down here.
Alright, good on our end. I didn't kick anything out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It looks like just the power to everything's gone,
fallen.
hasn't it?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh yeah, check that out. I wonder if the stream's actually ripped. Let's check.
Mere coin?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Between these two sides is looking fairly close, fairly even, and arguably Na'Vi giving away that advantage that they had, you know, in the earlier stages of the mid game. And I don't know, man. Funnick, of course, on the Timber Sword does now have a completed Aghanim Scepter with a Bloodstone, and of course, with that as his capability, it's going to be very hard for London Conspiracy to push into that.
Yeah, he is very, very tanky now with, I believe he had like 2,200 health on that Timber Saw right now, so... And a Cloak as well, pretty difficult to bring down. I want to say he's the only hero right now where they absolutely need 3, if not even 4 heroes to combine all their abilities to bring him down. You saw at the top fight a moment ago how they almost didn't, or they actually didn't get him because of the Stone Ghost Ship. I think if they do it perfectly, though, it is possible. And the challenge for Na'Vi now is to group together, get an organized fight where they don't get blown apart by a Ghost Ship and maybe a Meteor or a Deafening Blast combination from the Exhort Invoker. And get some fun. Crossed Sanjin Yasha completed minute 29. I'm not a big fan of getting SNY this late.
I was going to say, hold on. Yeah.
I think around minute 30 for me is the threshold where I feel like it's starting to get too late and you want to look for something more impactful.
Radiant's
but
middle tower
he is still going to
under
invest into it. I don't know if he had a Yasha a lot earlier.
I
mean, he obviously did get delayed
a lot. He did
have
the Yasha earlier, yeah.
He did get delayed a lot from his plan.
I mean, I like it. Well, obviously, Deadly now on the quad. He got the Aghanims, and now he is closing in on the Lincoln Sphere. The Lincoln Sphere is going to help you out a huge amount against this lineup. In terms of, you know, being caught out by the initial, you know, initiation from them. You should have the chance to blink yourself out. And obviously, they're going to have to commit a little bit more to you and a little bit less to everyone else, which is going to give the rest of your team space to fight back into what London Conspiracy bring to the game so far. But I don't know, I really feel that this PL is becoming a big issue. You know, even if he hasn't already. 2,000 gold on top of the Manta Style and Diffuser Blade. It's going to be a close game between these sides, and I'm looking forward to seeing some big fights kick off. And I like this here. Top lane, Kunkka and Shadow Demon positioning themselves into the shadows, ready to see if anyone comes out on the side of Na'Vi to clear this wave out.
Yeah, the problem Na'Vi have right now is that they've lost their map control. So
yeah.
PL is ultimately just completely free farming. They don't have their own jungle. The Hawk, the vision from the wards, the Necro Book is just giving them so much control. And Na'Vi, they're hesitant to move out anywhere. And ultimately, that will mean that PL, after he got crushed in lane, he's still out farming the Gyro by a decent amount here, man. 30. I do not think Saneko. Nope, he is definitely not surviving that. Good news for Na'Vi was just their Rubik.
Aye, Funnick and Dendy, they might be able to find someone in here. They've got a haste rune here on the Queen of Pain. Armstyle coming in as well. It is night time. He's going to be very speedy, and they should be able to bring him a spot in here. They do indeed. Now, Dendy flinging forward. He wants to try and find more with his haste. Going straight on to Kunkka. Kunkka will go for the simple TP out, but now, yeah, he gets himself away. Kaiser was there as well. With the Tornado being thrown back the way of Dendy, they didn't have any means to counter the TP anyway on the side of Na'Vi. So it ends up being a one-for-one trade there, support for support. But at the same time, Madara gets the space. Bottom lane, he takes himself a tier 2, and Na'Vi unable to do anything about that pressure being applied.
This PO is getting really, really big. He's currently got both treads and travel, so we'll imagine he's going to be selling these treads fairly soon and probably look toward either a Scotty or a Heart. Even a Butterfly could be a choice. It's pretty decent against the Gyro, but I'd say the raw HP is just better. You're against it, and a lot of the damage you take is of course from the Timber Saw as well as the pop, and it's probably a better choice to tank up rather than go for the physical EHP. You want to have the rather both physical and magical EHP in this case.
Indeed, it's... I don't know. I mean, at this point, who do you think... Whose game is it at this stage of the game? 25-24, the favourable farm for LC. Do you think they have a sizable advantage against Na'Vi? Do you feel Na'Vi have very much? Can easily take... With one team fight, they can get the game back under their grasps?
How far behind are they, actually? They're 4,000 gold. It's not that
a lot.
bad. The experience is dead even, by the way.
Yeah.
Actually, it was literally even. They both had the exact same amount, so... Oh, no. Now they got a 20 advantage. That's over.
So.
With a big team fight, let's say they take a big team fight and they win it convincingly by like 2 or 3 kills and they get a rush, then definitely they're looking good. But for now, they've just, considering the start, they've definitely lost their grip. And now it's even going to be daytime. Darkness is available for a Night Stalker. He's going to pop it even. So if LC can stay out of trouble for 50 seconds, that means they've got a pretty good amount of daytime in which they might be able to take a fight or at least get map control back, as Na'Vi are starting to... is that only sentry wards they place? Now they've got a couple of good obs around the Roche pit, and we're probably going to be seeing LC try to take control of this area as soon as Roshan has respawned. A well play toward the mid lane here. This is double smoke. Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, I mean, Na'Vi, they are going to wrap around towards them.
This is very possible that LC actually get the advantage here. They have the high ground advantage right now. If Na'Vi go in for Roche and they get scouted by a Hawk, they're in a terrible position against a Kunkka. Although they do have that high ground ward, could help them out. They're going to use the Necro Bomb.
Look at this, this isn't great. It's going to grab out a disruption. They've already got the link, it's been out the top, and the surge by the burst damage is there. Winnipeg gets taken down. Phoenix trying to get himself up to the high ground, trying to find against Keezer here on the Invoker, but he's going to be fine. He just walks it off, and now Fennec could be in trouble. The poison coming through. The rest of Na'Vi, they just get themselves out of the pit and out of the fight. But Madara now, he's going to try and chase this down to ring up to the high ground.
Even has the fusel. Archstyle is screwed. There's no way out of this for the Night Stalker. He is going to at least force out a charge of that defusal, but Madara will gladly take that. And this is probably a Roche 2. Neither of the Na'Vi heroes with buybacks. Forge Spirits are decent to take Roche. They have Beastmaster Aura. No Necrobook available for the moment, though. So still PL can do a lot of damage, even though his illusions don't work. It's just the main hero itself is really good damage based on that Aura agility game. An easy kill here for LC. 2 kills and a Roshan. They are looking hot in this game.
Indeed, and with the Aegis, I mean, at this point, we were talking about the fact that if it does go late, then they've still got potential with the Gyrocopter. I mean, Deluna Conspiracy needs to go right. You know, we've got 2 heroes that have built core Necrobooks. We need to just go for it, look for the fights, and look to take the game.
I think they're just looking to drain the map a bit for a while.
Okay.
Na'Vi will have to try to venture into dangerous territory to farm. I mean, they're ultimately going to be losing all of their jungle again now, I imagine, if LC start playing aggressively in there.
Oh, he does manage to get off the BKB just in time, but now Madara's going to... He wants to fight for this one. Force will pop the cooldown. Now Madara's going to try and floating Manta Styles. He now turns himself around onto a Force. He does lose the Aegis, but he's ready for round 2 now. There's going to be a Sonic Wave flying off from Dendi onto the Spartan Shadow Demon. The fight as well continue up here as Madara with a double gap. Finds Seneca, brings him down low. They will find him. There'll be a deafening blast onto Archstyle. The judges down. Look at these diffusal blade charges being thrown out left, right, and centre. Archstyle, he's out of mana. He's out of luck as well as the illusions continue to work away at him. And look at this PL. He wants to find more. He wants to find a Force. And with the diffusal blade charge, he almost certainly will with the help of Scarlo as well. Her Force getting low, but not with the missile. Connects onto PL, holding PL back. Her Force is actually going to be able to live through this one. Fennec, though, is a different story. He gets caught out by the side. Madara on the PL on a beyond godlike kill streak. 29-24. Na'Vi just getting ripped apart in that fight.
Yeah, the moment it starts being spread out as a skirmish like that, Na'Vi were not combined at all in their fighting. Gyro gets caught out and flanked. Dendi comes from below, but there's a Ghost Ship negating a lot of his damage, or at least delaying it, obviously. And when the fights get chaotic, that's when PL thrives. That's what you want. You want it a little bit like, you want it organized in a way, but you want it to, like, the same fight. If that happens in 3 different places, where it's like 3 mini skirmishes, he is looking really, really strong in those types of fights. And once again, LC, they find kills. Na'Vi, I feel like they really can't find kills right now in any of these fights. Spartan is going for the play there. Dendi is ready for it, however.
PL opted for the Scardy.
Yes, I think it's the best choice. I completely agree with this pickup in this case. And I mean, he's just going to be so much stronger in the next fight than this. And it looked questionable when he poured it in with the Boots of Travel. I think a lot of players would have cancelled that, but he baited Na'Vi to stick around. Oh boy, art style. He is not going to survive through this meatball. Easy kill.
And that's your Night Stalker, arguably one of them, well, the tankier members of your team. I mean, at this point, what do Na'Vi have to do? Do they just have to look to take engagements that are a little bit more controlled and take them as a full 5-man?
Do they have any smokes left? Because it feels to me like they actually can't get out on the map unless they smoke. They have 2 smokes in their stash, actually. Very surprising to see that they haven't really made much use of this. It's a good way of dealing with Beastmaster. He's obviously going to have... That's just the hero. He's going to have better vision than you. He has a Necro Book, the Hawk, as well as some decent warding from all the towers they've taken. Na'Vi's just getting cornered. They have to try to find a way out of the base. And
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
2,700 health. How the hell did they kill this guy?
Dyer's structures are fortified.
That's a full set of fortification here in the mid lane.
Double Chakra is a good way, but...
I mean, I was going to say, how easy is it for London Conspiracy to break the high ground with their lineup against what Na'Vi have?
Well, it's pretty easy if these Chakrams don't hit the main. They've already taken 2/3 of this tower. And this is the choice PL made. For me, it was between Scotty and Hart. If he takes Hart, he goes and hits the tower like that. He takes a couple of Chakrams, he backs out and resets and re-goes. The advantage of Scotty is, of course, he gets more armor. It's a way better damage item, obviously, for fights. And he has the secondary slow as well. So... In this particular situation, Hart's better. In every other situation, in my opinion, Scotty would be better in this game. So I definitely understand his choice. And well, they lost nothing. They took 2/3 of the tower. Now they start moving outside the base again. And man, this Aghanim Scepter on the Night Stalker just got delayed so much in this game. Artstyle feels like he's been pretty close for a good 5 minutes, but he's been dying 2 fights in a row, I believe. And 8 deaths on the Night Stalker. Support Night Stalker with about the same CS as number of minutes passed is really not looking good for him. He's actually getting out-farmed by his own Rubik. So he's been very mobile. He's just been looking to set up fights left, right, and center. And on the way, if that doesn't happen, you've got to fall back on a bit of farm, man. Else you're just going to be a walking ward almost at this point, just during the night time.
Indeed, we're going to see maybe a bit of a push coming in here from the top lane, from the side of London Conspiracy. They're all positioned here in Na'Vi's jungle. Na'Vi do have vision of this, though. And Vorst, well, he wants to go in. It pings it out. He's getting some pings coming in. And looks like Seneco's not going to want to follow him into the jungle as of yet. They don't want to head straight into that. They're going to chill around the mid lane. They'll spot out this Hawk flying over. But, I mean, at the moment, this is very much London Conspiracy just trapping and controlling Na'Vi.
Your PL he was close to Gyro 5 minutes ago. Like then he was 1,000 gold ahead. So he's gained
Seneko?
Way more. Yeah, Seneko, good Glimmer Cape play. We'll take him out of harm's way. But what happens if PL sells the equivalent and gets a gem? Is that worth it? I mean, he shouldn't buy the gem himself, but maybe the equivalent isn't that strong anymore. And having these illusions have true sight means if he finds any sort of pickups like that, it's a very easy kill. It's the only real defensive mechanism Na'Vi have at the moment against these ganks is the Glimmer Cave, which, of course, Beastmaster doesn't care about with his Necro 3, but for PL and for all the other heroes, more or less, I do believe they have no detection, so... Invoker also with a Necro.
He's having such a good game case at the moment. He's looked at the farm. It's a ridiculous amount, 39 minutes in, and level 22 as well. It's worked out for him. I mean, obviously in the early game, we're looking at the mid lane. It wasn't great. He got picked off very early on, and obviously Dendy on his quad was having a great time against him. But this Invoker's really come back into this game as a whole, and obviously with the help of the global pickoffs, we've seen the combo throughout the mid game pretty much just regain all of London Conspiracy's strength to this point now, where it's going to be very hard for Na'Vi to directly take an engagement.
And I want to make a point about this game if it turns out, let's say, it looks right now LC are in the driver's seat, and it looks very likely they win. Na'Vi is a team that historically in tournaments tend to go in on not get the best start. Let's put it that way. Okay. They don't get the best start, and then they usually try to pull it back from the lower bracket or via a couple of crucial wins later on in the tournament and double elimination. This is not that kind of tournament.
No.
If they lose 2 best-of-3s, 0-2, they're almost out. So this puts a hell of a lot of pressure on them if this game doesn't work. They need to immediately realize their mistakes and correct them for the upcoming games, because, you're playing 4 best-of-2 series. What was the story in the other groups or in the other qualifiers we've seen so far? I think the teams that advance in the top 2 generally have 8 points or more.
Yes.
So, oh boy, Frost. Yeah, that Lincoln's is not going to save him. Gets blown up. He does have buyback. As Na'Vi are going to smoke to just try and disengage here. As I think they were actually okay regardless, but that's another smoke used from Na'Vi. They buy another one now. This is like, it's like Desperation Tertiary. It's like everything we've done hasn't worked. Now we need to buy smokes. the reason what they've done hasn't worked is that they tried one smoke play which failed. They should have used them a lot earlier, I feel, and tried to organize some team plays, but they've been spread apart. Nice glimmer cave play here up to Madara. Take it art style. Oh my lord, this shit.
Yeah, he gets blown up as well as the Soul Catcher connects. Funny just has to timber chain himself out of there. There'll be a buyback here from our board from the Gyrocopter. He wants to desperately do something about as he goes straight into the fight here. Something pretending will come out. They're going to be a blink away from the side of London Conspiracy. Of course, desperately looking for something, but just can't find anything. And of course, did have to expend that buyback there.
All right, let's bring up the gold graph and see when the last time Na'Vi got a dot was. Minute 31 was their last kill.
Look how much
they have not killed a hero in 10 minutes. They have not executed a kill or a tower. Every single fight is London Conspiracy finding one or two pickoffs, forcing a buyback, disengaging. And the reason is, the way their lineup is tailored is that they go in on target, they burst him so damn hard that Na'Vi can't respond, and if that means they have to be there, all of them, at once, right? That's the whole point of the smoke plays right now, is that they need to try to find a way of pushing out the lane. I mean, I'm saying it like it's easy. It's super difficult, because first you need to push out the lane so the smoke isn't obvious, and you need to do that against this exact gank squad, right? But I just have this feeling they've had a couple of situations where they had the option of making that play and finding the opening, and now that their smokes are pretty much wasted at this point. They used one smoke that didn't work, but they tried. That was the good play, was that they actually tried. The second one they used for disengaging. This, I believe, is their last smoke for quite an amount of time. What was that? Was that 6 minutes or was it 5?
On that 6.5 minutes.
Can't really see that. Yeah, 7 minute. Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong team. 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay.
So they have one smoke play they can make in the next 4 minutes, and then they have another one. In my opinion, it's the only way. They're completely cornered, ridiculously outfunded at this point. Invoker now 10k up on, would you believe it, the Timbersaw, the biggest farmer of Na'Vi. It's similar to the last game in a way, where Dendi was the big farmer on Perk.
Yeah, it was on the solo lane.
To an extent. Yeah. I'm not sure if he was actually above Kvos, but they were pretty close. And Na'Vi just don't seem to get that really big carry in these games, whereas LC, with a couple of good executed fights, their cores are looking ridiculously strong. It's a Hail Mary play. They got to go for something.
They've got to go for something, and indeed they are going to try and go for Roche, the side of LC. They're smoked in, and this is going to indeed catch them off guard. Maybe not. Lumi's just getting thrown in here with an extra big. They'll know what's here. The side of London Conspiracy. They want to find two cases, go straight. Williams put out by telekinesis, and be silenced for but the defensive disruption. He's going to be okay for the time being, and now the side of LC, are they going to want to find this? Sonic Wave from Denny comes out, bringing Spartan, Bail on the Shadow Demon. There's a roar here onto Artstar, with the illusions from the PL. He's cleaning up. He's found a kill onto Nightstalker. Where's the PL? They need him to come in close and personal. Here he comes from the bottom, takes down Dendy. Horbear's down as well. It's a triple kill. Funnick on the high ground getting caught out. Lancing for him. Madara trying to look for this one as well with the help of his team. They bring down Funnick. Also, Na'Vi losing 4 heroes for the one pickoff on just the Shadow Demon syndrome.
That refresher ult from Beastmaster, showing off the 2 roars there. I think he didn't even need the second one onto Wilson. This game is just over. I think they're mega creeping here. Na'Vi have no heroes remaining. This hero lineup of the Radiant is very quick at taking down barracks, and I don't know, man. I
think people are going to be. This is a bit of a turn up for the Brexit.
This is a bit of a.
Because going into this, I think the odds were about 17%.
70 only.
17.
17 for them. Yeah. And there we go. They are going to Chaos Meteor 1500 damage. He basically had, I think it was the gyro and the claw. It took the full meteor for 4 seconds straight. Unbelievable. There is the replay we get to see in the end here. So you're going to see the engagement here where they get flanked. So the smoke play here coming in from LC. They realize Roche is happening. The Ghost Ship, really good flank play here from Na'Vi. They at least managed to get off a Ghost Ship in the start to mitigate damage, but the Ghost Ship from the Radiant even better. They're going to collapse on them. The first roar will go out on Artstyle, immediately refreshing. Artstyle is completely screwed at this point. PL has free access to him.
Just watch PL.
And Na'Vi are out of steam, right? They've used all of their ultimates. They used everything on getting no one. Shadow Demon is the only kill they get, and they barely get him in this fight. The 2 chakrams are even going to miss.
I think it's just the missile that finishes him off.
I think so. He's going to die to a homing missile. Yeah.
Well, I've got to be honest, we were looking at that draft and we were saying Na'Vi, they've got heroes that we know that they're strong with and we know that they're happy with. And obviously through that bans, they didn't take away the top 4 favourite heroes of the side of London Conspiracy. And I think, obviously Cottle Guy did the research. He knew that they were very favoured by the side. Looks like Na'Vi didn't. And it didn't work out for the side of Na'Vi, letting London Conspiracy get the combination of heroes that they just looked so strong. And they were finding the pickoffs every day. I don't think we saw a single kind of missed timing in terms of that synergy that game, because they knew what they were doing with those heroes.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly that. It's